Today I'm going to be talking about writing with emotions and why we should do so. I will show you paragraphs written without emotion and then with emotion. I will also show you the different emotions that you can insert into paragraphs or into your essays. Welcome to English Step by Step. My name is Miss Wee. I make free video lessons for English first and second language. Let's start with a description of a family home, and this is without emotion.
The family home is a two-story house with a red brick exterior and a sloping tiled roof. A small front garden, enclosed by a low wooden fence, has neatly trimmed hedges and a narrow pathway leading to the white front door. Inside, the ground floor consists of a living room with a gray sofa, a dining area with a wooden table, and a compact kitchen with modern appliances. Upstairs, there are 3 bedrooms, each with a single window, and a shared bathroom with a white bathtub. At the back, a modest garden contains a lawn, a clothesline, and a small shed.
So can you see that without emotion, the description is very boring. It's very sterile. It's just a list of things in the family home, and there's nothing tying all these things together. Now let's have a look at another one with emotion. In this paragraph, there is a warm, nostalgic emotion.
The family home stands like a familiar embrace, its red brick walls holding years of laughter and stories. The little front garden, though simple, bursts with flowers once planted by loving hands, and the well-worn path to the white door feels like a welcome back. Inside, the living room's gray sofa is soft with years of lazy afternoons. The wooden dining table still bears faint scratches from childhood games, and the kitchen carries the scent of countless home-cooked meals. Upstairs, the bedrooms hold echoes of whispered bedtime stories, and the shared bathroom has seen sleepy morning routines and playful splashes. Out back, the garden, though modest, has witnessed summer barbecues and quiet evening reflections, a space where time lingers just a little longer.
I hope that you can see that the underlined parts bring out a warm, nostalgic emotion. And it's much more interesting in the first version where there was no emotion and it was very plain and uninteresting. Now let's move on to another one with a different emotion. So this one has a cold, isolated emotion.
The family home stands in silence, its red brick walls unyielding and distant. The front garden, though tidy, feels barren, the neatly trimmed hedges offering little warmth. The white front door opens to a house where the air is still, the gray sofa in the living room barely touched, the wooden dining table unmarked by conversation. The kitchen is spotless, devoid of lingering scents or signs of recent use. Upstairs, the bedrooms are impersonal, each with a single window that lets in just enough light to cast long shadows. The shared bathroom is functional, its white bathtub gleaming but lifeless. Outside, the back garden is empty, the lawn trimmed but unused, the clothesline holding nothing but echoes of what once was.
So the underlined parts here bring out the cold, isolated emotion. Again, it makes it interesting and it also ties things together. We're going to do one last one. And this one has an uneasy, tense emotion.
The family home looms under a dull sky, its red brick exterior solid yet unwelcoming. The front garden appears carefully maintained, yet something about its precision feels too exact, too forced. The narrow path to the white door is worn, not by welcome footsteps, but by hurried ones. Inside, the living room's gray sofa sits stiff and uninviting. The wooden dining table holds no trace of warmth, and the kitchen, though clean, feels sterile rather than homely. Upstairs, the bedrooms are quiet, their closed doors hinting at secrets, while the shared bathroom, though ordinary, carries an eerie stillness. Out back, the garden is oddly motionless, the shed door slightly ajar as if someone left in a hurry, the air thick with something unseen but felt.
Do you feel the uneasy, tense emotion? So before you start writing a descriptive essay, I would suggest that you decide on the emotion that you like to evoke. This will make your essay much more interesting. It will also make your description stand out, especially if you choose an emotion which is an unusual one. When I say an unusual one, I mean that it is one that other students might not use. So, for example, most students would describe a family home as a warm and loving one. So, when you have an uneasy, tense emotion, it does make your description stand out. Now, we can go further with this. Once you have decided on an emotion, you can use an extended metaphor, which will make your writing even more advanced. If you don't know what an extended metaphor is, I'm going to put a link up here for you. Please go and watch that video. I'm going to come back now to the second version with the warm, nostalgic emotion. And because it has a warm, nostalgic emotion, I'm going to use the extended metaphor of a worn but beloved storybook.
The family home stands like a well-loved storybook, its red brick walls bound together by years of memories. The little front garden, though modest, is a preface filled with blooms planted by loving hands, leading to the well-trodden path that guides visitors to the white front door, its cover slightly worn but welcoming. Inside, each room turns like a familiar page. The grey sofa in the living room soft with the weight of shared laughter, the wooden dining table etched with faint traces of childhood games like annotations in the margins. The kitchen carries the scent of old recipes passed down, its cupboards lined with the ingredients of tradition. Upstairs, the bedrooms hold whispered bedtime stories, their windows like open pages letting in the changing light of different chapters. The bathroom, its mirror fogged from years of hurried mornings, reflects both past and present. Out back, the garden is the epilogue, a place where summer barbecues and quiet evening reflections bring a sense of completion, a story that lingers long after the last page is turned.
So an extended metaphor is basically a metaphor that has been used again and again. Here we have the metaphor of a storybook. The family home is compared to a storybook because it holds memories. So I've used the cover of the storybook, I've used pages of the book, annotations, the pages and chapters, the epilogue, and so on. I'm sure you can see that this is an improved version of this, and definitely a much better version than the original paragraph, the one without any emotion. This was the version with the cold, isolated emotion. And because it has a cold, isolated emotion, I'm going to use the extended metaphor of a vacant shell.
The family home stands like an empty shell, its red brick exterior firm but hollow, offering shelter without warmth. The front garden, though maintained, feels as lifeless as dried coral, its neatly trimmed hedges forming barriers rather than welcomes. The narrow pathway leads to the white front door, closed like a forgotten entrance to a space once filled but now void. Inside, the living room's grey sofa is untouched, as if a relic left behind by absent inhabitants. The wooden dining table remains pristine, its surface unmarked by movement, silent like an abandoned seafloor where life no longer stirs. The kitchen, despite its modern appliances, is devoid of the comforting scent of meals, its cold metal fixtures reflecting only emptiness. Upstairs, the bedrooms stand like hollow chambers, their windows allowing just enough light to cast distant, unfeeling shadows. The shared bathroom, immaculate but impersonal, feels like a tide pool where nothing lingers for long. Out back, the garden stretches out, its small lawn like a barren seabed, and the shed, though standing, is as forgotten as a shipwreck left to time.
I hope you can see how this metaphor of a vacant shell has been used again and again to create this cold, isolated emotion. I hope that you can see how much it has improved from this version and definitely from the original version without emotion. We're going to move on to the final one. So this is the one with the uneasy, tense emotion. And the metaphor here is a stage set for a play with no audience.
The family home stands like a theatre stage after the final curtain has fallen, perfectly arranged, yet unsettlingly empty. The red brick exterior, like a well-painted backdrop, suggests stability. But beneath the surface, something feels rehearsed rather than real. The front garden is pristine, too pristine, like a set piece carefully positioned rather than tended with care. The narrow path leads to the white front door, which feels like an entrance waiting for an actor to step through, yet no one does. Inside, the living room's grey sofa is stiff and staged, the wooden dining table untouched, as if expecting an audience that never arrives. The kitchen gleams under artificial light, its polished surfaces reflecting a space that looks lived in but lacks the warmth of true habitation. Upstairs, the bedrooms are eerily still, their closed doors like dressing rooms hiding secrets behind thin walls. The bathroom mirror reflects not just faces but an atmosphere of tension, as if something unspoken lingers in the air. Out back, the garden feels too still, the shed door slightly ajar, as if someone left mid-scene, the performance abandoned before its conclusion.
So the stage metaphor is quite clear. Here you have like a theater stage, backdrop, rehearsed, a set piece, actor, staged, audience. So that's like spotlight, dressing rooms, thin walls, a scene, performance. Again, it's a huge improvement. So as you can see, if you can include emotion in your writing, you will have a much better piece of writing. If you can include an extended metaphor to bring out the emotion, it is even more advanced. So for now, try this. Once you have mastered this, you can try and include an extended metaphor as well. If you found this video useful, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future lessons. I have many other videos, make sure that you check them out. If you have questions, please leave them in the description box below. And if you need tutoring, you can contact me here. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.